Right.
the moment you drop the headphone jack, that's like, it's like in India, right? Like folks go up to the DJs like, "Bhaiya, aux cable dena." That doesn't work anymore if you don't have the headphone jack, right? So
yeah, that's not going to work. But you know what? The emerging market or the growing market in India as well, I don't think they're going to miss out on the headphone jack too much, because you get these very affordable options in earbuds. So I don't think many people are too concerned about headphones anymore. Obviously, it's a lot more comfortable for people who are used to it, especially for calls and stuff. You can just have it 1 year and stuff, because a lot of these earbuds they're set up in a way that you have to have both of them on to kind of capture audio properly from the microphones and stuff. So yeah, from that perspective, having wired headphones is good, but again, more and more phone manufacturers moving away from that. And naturally, if there's no requirement for it, you're going to see a drop of manufacturers doing wired headphones to begin with. At least this kind, not the studio monitoring kind. That's going to continue, obviously.
That makes sense. I mean, there are a lot of. I mean, Boat is the big Indian upstart, right? Like that's really popular for making headphones, and they have wireless headphones at every sort of price point. So it is becoming more and more popular these days.
Boat's definitely got that market down, but there's a lot more brands that compete in the same kind of space.
Yep.
So we got something from nothing.
Okay. All right.
The event is on.
Okay, let me mute audio here, and
that might help you.
Well, we've got some weirdness in the audio.
Is it choppy?
Yeah,
I'm getting it choppy too.
I'm
Maybe
wondering
that's
if
part of the thing.
Yeah, it might be part of their theme.
Yeah. The pixel dot matrix kind of approach applies to audio as well, apparently.
See, that's the benefit of watching the Nothing stream on ours. We can replace bad audio with like really cool chill wave music in the background.
Yeah, I mean, this does sound very Morse codey.
Yeah, I mean, it could. So this could actually be like a Easter egg as well.
Possibly.
So
do you know what it is? You're right. It's one of those ringtones, isn't it? For the Glyph animation.
So I mean, that could be one of the things. The other thing that it could be also is literally this is a coded message. Or we're reading too much into it, and literally their stream is glitching out.
Yeah, sure. We could have solved this with a headphone jack, right? Hey, thanks for joining in, guys.
Yeah. Anybody has any theory on why the Nothing stream sounds so weird? Is it messages from...
But don't move away from this stream, right? This stream is more important.
Yeah. Dude, I don't know, man. Like we don't have enough current viewers, but I would set up like a poll right now asking if this is. Varna says he thinks it's just glitchy. To be honest, yeah, this is glitchy. This is glitchy. When your live stream is better than Nothing's live stream.
Yeah, there's a lot of comments over there. It's not looking good. It's not a good start. Just a flurry of bad audio messages. Oh man.
Oh, this is hilarious. Oh, this is so funny. So the event is happening in London, as far as we know, right?
Yeah. So Nothing is HQ'd in London, as far as I know. Oh man, that audio is bad.
It's really bad. They have 3 minutes and 20 seconds to fix the audio. Otherwise, people are going to drop off the stream real quick. Possibly us.
We're losing content, bro.
I'm gonna mute that audio and keep the chill wave going.
Yeah, I'll let you know when it's back up. I'll suffer
Okay,
through it.
okay, yeah. This is so funny.
Pizza prices, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
$5.99 is the
$4.99 for a slice. Oh, it's not a slice. It's a 10-inch pizza. Okay, something's happened to the stream, so I think they're doing something on it.
Okay. Yeah, let's hope they fix it.
Nope, nothing's happened.
Varna's theory is that it'll be $5.99. Makes sense.
$5.99 is a bit much for this type of phone. Maybe $4.99.
I guess.
But then again, they could price it differently across the globe, so never know. I mean, they really ought to compete with that OnePlus Nord 2.
Yep.
Just to stay relevant. So I'm thinking there might be an entry-level version around 27K INR and a 32K one with more RAM and storage possibly.
Okay.
So get your pricing estimates in if you're, if Raghavendra is still on.
Yeah. I mean, the big thing that nothing can do is if they are able to relive some of that Oxygen OS magic, I think that'll be a big draw for a lot of ex-OnePlus users or current OnePlus users.
So I think that's the main thing that we're expecting to see out of this announcement, right? Is what is their OS finally going to look like? What do they have to offer? Because that's one of the things that's been held back from us and early reviewers.
Yep.
What is special about this? I mean, we had OnePlus having the invite system, and I'm not sure if you heard, these folks started the invite system as well, but then abandoned it earlier this month.
Okay.
In favor of it went in favor of Flipkart just having pre-orders.
Oh yeah. No, that's true. Also, if I remember,
and the good part is
go ahead.
Good part was it's refundable, so it's fully refundable in case you decide to not purchase.
Oh, that's good.
So
Varna brings up a really important point. Is like how many years of Android support can they kind of promise out of the box, being an upstart?
Yeah,
right?
I think just generally, as a rule of thumb, we're seeing 2 years of OS versions and 3 years of security updates from most manufacturers. So, let's expect the same. If anything less, that's going to be sad.
Yeah.
If it's more, that's going to be another USP that we can look forward to.
I don't know about you, the stream's glitching pretty badly for me.
It's very bad as well. It's going into buffering mode every now and then.
Yeah.
Refresh. Well, if they got to sort out in 2 minutes.
Kalpesh talking. All right.
I think I'm not caught up.
As consumers, would even be interested in. If we saw our own product in the store, we'd want to pick it up. We want to buy it. We want to try it. I think the second thing is, am I proud to share this product with my friends and family? Because when you're thinking about your loved ones, and you're making a product for them, you're going to go the extra mile. You're going to do the extra all-nighter just to make the product a little bit better. So I think these two simple principles are what really guided us when we were developing the Phone 1. Is it going to work? I don't know. Today, I'm really excited to see whether our instincts were correct. And we're not alone here. It's pretty amazing that we have almost 10,000 people who invested.
Stream still glitching
what
for
really
me.
Guided us when we were developing the Phone 1. Is it going to work? I don't know. Today, I'm really excited to see whether our instincts were correct. And we're not alone here. It's pretty amazing.
What they say, return to instinct.
10,000 people who invested in our company. Not institutions, but regular people who chose to believe in a company who had only made a pair of headphones and with some vague ideas of what the future could be like.
10,000 pre-orders?
Why do we have so many regular investors investing in our
No,
company?
investors.
Well,
investors.
No, 10,000 pre-orders is too little.
Yeah, I know.
It's not the same as starting a company 40 years ago.
Is he inside the pizza place?
Called the internet.
Yeah, it looks like he's inside the pizza place.
I think what the internet really enables is that, first of all, people from all corners of the world can suddenly have access to all the information. So we want to use the internet, and we want to leverage that to really connect all the most creative, the smartest people all over the world to build this company together with us. Last month, we leaked or we unveiled the design of the phone 1 ourselves. Why? Because these days it's really hard to keep control of all the leaks, so we thought we might just well do it ourselves. This way at least we can control what kind of images are going out.
That's why.
But the results really blew our mind. The internet there's so much buzz online. We're really grateful for
it's kind of true. Even MKBHD was talking about it, was one of his top videos.
We engraved the first
That's
100
true.
phones.
I mean, that was on purpose, right? He got an early sample.
Them out on StockX. The first phone
the StockX.
$3,000.
Yeah, the numbered phones that they released. Yeah.
Isn't that amazing? We're putting this money into a community managed fund, and I'm really looking forward to see what our community chooses to do with the money.
That's a nice idea.
It's kind of noisy here, so let's go somewhere else and I'll dive into the details of the phone 1.
I don't think it was that noisy there, but sure.
Coke product placement. Yeah, you know what? Either lawsuit or product placement.
Yep.
This looks like a pretty good place to watch some videos with parrots.
Oh God, they're really leaning into the parrot theme. Huh?
I have very vivid light experiences.
Oh,
Sometimes I went into lights that are brighter than the sun, and I see patterns in dirt, in trees. And I say,
okay.
oh boy, this stuff is
really creepy.
really something else.
Modern smartphone releases have become quite
That was weird.
Was abrupt.
Yeah.
For us, with the phone 1, we wanted to bring something fresh to the market. We start off with a modern smartphone as a canvas to build upon, but then we really did something interesting on the back. We call it the Glyph interface.
Yes.
What does it do? It looks really cool, but what's the function behind it?
It's to annoy people in the theater.
We've perfectly synced the Glyph lights with our ringtones. Let me show you.
With our ringtones, that's important, right? You can't necessarily do it with third-party ringtones, yeah.
You know what this reminds me of? Those really bad Nokia old ringtones you used to create. You used to key in
Morse code.
Yes.
all these codes.
Using the Nokia Composer, yeah.
Exactly. That's what this sounds like as well. It might be a throwback, but they should really call it out for being a throwback. They missed the opportunity there.
Different corresponding Glyph patterns for different people. You'll remember those, and if you're in a meeting or at a dinner and you don't want to always be on your phone, you can flip your phone over. It will turn all your ringtones to silent, and the Glyph combinations will tell you who's trying to call you. So it's like a visual dialer. Or
I can see that being very annoying in a meeting.
You won't interrupt your meeting at all. Yeah, sure.
Can you flip your phone over?
We're
trying to have a meeting.
This one is next to the charging port. As you're charging your phone, this becomes like a progress bar.
Oh yeah. Sadly, they're showing it on a white background, so it's not very clear how the charging status works.
Or reverse charging something, this will light up to indicate that it's being.
Well, up until now, we've seen all this from
the one up here,
video
and corner,
everybody else.
The front-facing camera on the front, and there's also one around the dual camera setup here.
How many viewers on the official stream right now?
Building more features on top of the Glyph interface.
62,000.
Okay.
To work with our community.
62.5.
Pretty good.
Something else that's really important for us
But for a global event,
how it feels in the hand, like the experience of the product, right? Because we're using our smartphone for hours and hours a day. We wanted the experience to be premium. The front and back are Gorilla Glass 5, and the bezels are made up of 100% recycled aluminum.
Sure.
So nowhere where you touch the phone do you have plastic. For us, sustainability has been important ever since the beginning. But
really?
it's not
What about the
something
camera
that,
rings?
you should talk a lot about. For us, it's more about taking the actions and stating the facts. So what have we actually done on the product, right?
Yep.
Apart from the mid-frame, that's 100% recycled aluminum, more than 50% of the plastics used in the phone 1 are bioplastics or recycled plastics, and 100% of the tin used for soldering is also recycled. We're the only ones, as far as we know, in this industry that's doing this. The first reaction I had to the phone 1 when I first held it in my hand was, wow, this is really light. And when I've been showing this to friends, that's also their first reaction, because in the past year or so, I've been using the iPhone, and the iPhone is really heavy because it comes with a steel frame, whereas the phone 1 comes with an aluminum frame. So that's the main difference.
Okay.
Another really core part of the experience for a smartphone is the OS. I don't really get why some Android brands would really put a heavy skin on top of Android.
Samsung.
It slows everything down, and I like the Android design. I think there's a lot of good
Call it OS,
Android apps.
take a
Let's
pic.
not
Yeah.
replace them with our own. Instead, let's
Huawei's
focus our time and effort on things
EMUI.
that, like incremental value that we can add to users. Our vision is a world without barriers between people and technology, and where you can use your smartphone as a hub for your entire digital life. So for us, what's important is that we build connectivity between Nothing OS and other products all around you. So it goes without saying that Nothing OS should work well with our own products. Actually, we only have one product on the market, which is the Ear One.
Right.
So in the quick settings of
But a
Nothing
Ear
OS,
Stick
you're
as
going
well.
to have quick setting controls for your Ear One. You can change the noise cancellation mode. You can connect it, disconnect it, etc.
That seems like an app.
We want our ecosystem to be more than just Nothing products. So we're also building controls for third-party products. The first one we built is for Tesla. So if you're a Tesla owner, you can connect with your Tesla, turn on the lights, flash the lights to help you find
Tesla owners are buying Nothing phone at this
turn
budget.
on the AC before you
But this
Not iPhone?
phone's not launching in the US, so
When it comes to software, our approach is that
UK.
I mean Europe, I guess. Yeah,
it's
UK.
way more
Yeah.
important than building a ton of features, because the smartphone is such an essential product. It needs to work all the time.
He said
Maybe
essential.
You're in an emergency, and it just has to work.
Also
right?
said
It cannot
iPhone
be a
very
product
clearly.
that ever fails. It's also a product we ship to a ton of consumers. It's a mass market product. So for us on the software side, stability, quality, and reliability is way more important than having a ton of flashy features. So that's why when you look at our engineering team and you look at our resources, we place much more resource on testing, quality assurance, bug fixing
Okay.
than
This is what OnePlus used to do back in the past as well.
Last time I checked, we had more than 500 engineers on Jira just closing tickets and fixing bugs. So that's our approach to software. In the past
Pretty big
couple
team.
of months, a lot of the team have
Varuna says they literally added flashy
NFTs.
features. That's true.
So we also built a
Good one.
NFT widget on the home screen of your phone, so you can display your NFT collection.
Oh God, no.
Quickly view floor prices and more. Another super important feature are the cameras.
Pandering.
Smartphone cameras are
Yeah.
one of the most used features on the smartphone.
Can you turn a glyph pattern into an
Phone 1
NFT?
is actually quite controversial, believe it or not. It's only got 2 cameras. You might have seen that a lot of modern smartphones have 3 cameras or 4 cameras.
Okay.
But actually, the amount of cameras is not what makes the photo quality good. In fact, a lot of these brands they have maybe 1 good camera and they
Sure.
put 3 kind of cheap cameras,
Yep.
just to make you believe it's an advanced 4-camera system. But in reality, like after you buy the product and you start using the other 3 cameras and you're not that satisfied with the photo quality, I think that really erodes the trust.
Fair.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's good for initial sales, but really erodes trust in the brand for the long
I
run.
think
So
subtle,
for us, we kept it simple.
subtle
No
slide on
bullshit.
OnePlus,
2
I
cameras,
guess.
Both are really solid.
Yeah, not just
50
OnePlus.
sensors.
A lot of
Yeah.
The main camera is a
Chinese
Sony IMX766.
Okay.
Used in a lot of flagship Android phones today, and we also
Primary
added
sensor is a
OIS
Sony sensor.
for that additional secondary
Nice.
sensor. We went with an
OIS is there.
so you can capture more of the scene. It's the Samsung JN1, also a really good
Nice.
sensor, and it has a 114-degree
Samsung sensor as well.
In fact,
That's a good choice for the secondary because ultra-wide is becoming more important on phones these days.
Let's just show you, right?
Yeah.
And you know, in a lot of these
Well, that's a lens
smartphone
choice, but the
keynotes,
sensor we really need to look
smartphone
into.
brands would hire professional photographers. They would pay them and they would fly to exotic locations, and then they would use Photoshop or other photo editing tools to make the images look really nice.
Or custom
problem
lighting
is,
usually.
Never
That's
in 100
that's the
years
trick.
are you going to
That,
be able to take those photos if
Yep.
you buy
Yeah.
the product. So instead of doing that, we thought, hey, why don't
Especially
we
with
just
iPhone
give
and
the
cinema
phone
mode.
to our community, our friends.
they never talk about
and
the
then take
lighting
some
that they
photos
have.
and then just upload
That's
the
true.
photos so you can download them. They're unedited. You can zoom in and you get a real sense.
Yeah, I've seen some of these
Images
photos.
that
It's pretty
you're gonna be
good.
able to
Okay.
But they've mostly
with our
taken
product.
daylight
Apart from
shots.
photos, the modern smartphone is
Yeah.
able to take really good videos. So
Okay.
the Phone 1 lets you capture 4K videos. We also built this fun little thing on the back where
This
when you're recording a
presentation
video,
style is pretty interesting in the sense that he's like having a heart-to-heart.
there's a red LED light that's blinking.
It's very intentional. Like they don't want to have a flashy
is.
presentation.
What do you think about the quality of this keynote so far? In fact, it's been taken on the Phone 1.
Well, that was on point.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. I mean, I believe that it was taken on the phone one. It kind of looks like that.
I mean, you spend hours and hours every day on your smartphone. I think the AMOLED panel that we're using on the phone one is actually one of the best on the market. It's got HDR10 plus certification. It's got 10 bits of color. That means a billion colors.
Yeah, that's 778G plus
can
can do HDR. Might as well use that.
Vivid and so lifelike. It's also got a 120 hertz refresh rate and a 240
nice.
hertz
This is
rate.
if they hit this at this price point, this is a big deal.
Yeah, because most of the phones that have high refresh have 90 hertz only.
Yep.
It's a really pleasant experience. We also did something quite controversial on the screen. We used a flexible OLED display to create a flat design. How does that work?
You wanted to round the corners, yeah.
There's this OCD part of us where we wanted the four sides of the phone, so the chin, the forehead, the two bezels.
Yeah, it's the same thing as the iPhone X when it came out. It goes beyond.
Usually, on Android phones, the chin is a bit bigger than the other parts because on OLED displays, there's these connector ribbons that connect the screen to the motherboard that take up the additional space.
That's good.
Yeah.
So by opting for a flexible,
So something that Dave 2D talked about in his review as well. He was like, if you're OCD about the display, this is kind of cool.
Well, if you're really OCD, the punch hole is going to be a problem.
But the problem is it costs almost double. Like a flexible OLED display costs almost double that of a regular OLED display.
As long as justification for what price is going to be.
That we can't possibly justify with data. If we opt for this display and pay almost double for the screen, are we going to get X amount of better?
I'm thinking 55, 60K.
Don't know.
Indian rupees.
We need to create products that we're really proud of.
I think 30s. Well, like I said, 27 to begin, 32, 35 for the higher end.
Let's talk about
my closest bet.
Mobile processors.
If they do any higher, they're not going to sell well.
The past couple of years. So with the phone one, we didn't want to go for the latest and greatest on paper. Instead, we wanted to choose a really reliable and solid processor. It comes with a Snapdragon 778G+, using the efficient TSMC 6nm process.
What are the other phones that use this processor?
Battery life.
We got a Motorola Edge 30.
Okay. I'm actually playing
I think that's it for the G+. The 778G is used on other phones. The comparative OnePlus devices use MediaTek.
What's important is that it can comfortably last more than a day. So the phone one,
Varna makes a good point. He says that early prices on supply chain will probably fix.
Wire charging. It takes around 1 hour to fully charge.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. 1 hour fast charge.
And 5 watts of reverse wireless.
1 hour fast charge is okay, but it's only 33 watt, right? So again, comparative from OnePlus is 90 watt fast charge.
So that's Nothing Phone 1. It's a really big step forward for us.
Okay.
It's got this unique Glyph interface on the back, but more importantly, it's just a really well-balanced smartphone with everything from the build quality to the performance to the cameras. Oh, and it also comes in black. Prices start at $399, and the first time you're going to try it and buy it for yourself.
There you go.
On the 16th of July at our kiosk in Covent Garden. General release is on the 21st of July.
That's what the pizza prices were. Yeah.
Buy it on nothing.tech.
$399. These are
the
pounds.
For $4.99.
Okay.
Yeah, these pounds.
These are British pounds. Okay, so
to celebrate
it might be cheaper in India.
Together with us.
What is $3.99?
Do I come?
that's the other thing that these guys can do, because they have the invite only and limited supply, right? So they can.
That's 37K in India.
Ooh, nice.
You will see things which are transformed. It's a different view, a different experience of our existence.
Okay.
It sounds like Watch Dogs.
Yeah, it sounds exactly like Watch Dogs. Flipkart.
Yep, Flipkart.
O2 and T-Mobile probably back in Europe, but yeah, Flipkart is the main. Did you see that? Was 399 128 GB? Yes.
That I'm not sure. It's definitely entry-level version. Okay. But I think it is 128 GB. I don't think Android phones now come entry-level on 64 GB variants.
Cafe was noisy. Look at this room.
It's humid and hot as well, not just noisy.
It is. We said phone one is coming this summer. We fulfilled both promises. Well, Carl, I don't want to be the one starting off by asking a rudimentary question.
What's the current requirement for getting this on Flipkart?
How are you feeling?
well, 2,000 rupees free booking.
Okay.
Let me see if Flipkart's just opened their
This was all
thing.
just like words and ideas, and 1.5 years later, it's getting so real. It's finally launching. It's a very emotional day for me.
I'm pretty sure, and I'm really glad that you're keeping it together. We have a lot of people here who are waiting to speak.
Not listed on Flipkart.
I want to recap
Okay.
and throw back to one of the conversations that you and I were having about a week ago, where you said that building a smartphone is super complicated, and we were getting a little candid about the journey so far. And one thing really stuck out for me is when you said that it takes a
It's a
village.
very sweet price point if they can do it for the same in Indian rupees with taxes. I don't know. We'll see.
Such great talent from all over the industry join us.
No, I think it's manufactured in
But do you know who the real
Chennai or Tamil Nadu somewhere. So
Oh,
we
really?
should be able to
Okay.
save
has been
something
working
there.
so hard, and the family members have been so supportive and understanding.
All the people behind are press folks or nothing
Yeah.
team members.
Possibly team members. Well,
Yeah.
hard to say. It won't be press.
Mm-hmm.
It'll get noisy.
Yeah.
Alone so we can speak to him. So go ahead, do that. I'm going to
Oh, no, it is press.
Okay.
a behind the scenes look, because a lot of times when you watch these events, you always wonder what's going on, and I'm here to bring you a sneak peek. And speaking of that, Carl mentioned right at the beginning that we have a lot of friends and partners. Please welcome
On par with
Emiliano,
Pixel 5 and 6S,
senior
Varna
designer
says, yeah.
At Qualcomm for product marketing. Emiliano, you've been working so closely with us from the very beginning. You've been an important partner in making this happen. But I don't want to be the one who assumes that everyone knows everything. So let's start off by introducing Qualcomm to the uninitiated. Can you tell us a little about that?
Yes.
Yes, this definitely looks like Top Gear, yeah.
He's doing low power.
Varna says Top Gear vibes. Yep, I agree.
And everybody is intelligently connected. And
Good news. The nothing phone. The Dacia Sandero.
Yes.
that billions of people use every day.
All right, thanks for that quick tutorial and decoding for us what Qualcomm is.
Oh, okay.
I know that we've worked closely, and I don't know how many people actually know this, but Qualcomm worked with us closely at Nothing. And
they keep talking about this.
fine-tuned the chipset for the Phone 1, which is the 778G Plus. It did not have the wireless charging and the reverse charging in the original chipset. Talk to us about that process.
Yeah, these are the two things they were talking about: wireless and reverse charging. Reverse charging allowing you to take power out of the phone to charge other phones or other devices, right?
Yeah, I think in this instance it's more about charging up their earbuds.
Yeah.
And offer
The case.
a right balance of performance and power so that people could get the most of it. And you will see it in the phone when you see it later, that is bringing really something new and different to the smartphone industry.
Well, thanks for doing that. And of course, people are going to see the phone. And for those who've tuned in, they're going to see that too.
Yeah, very intentional. They've got this like upstart vibes throughout the entire presentation, I think.
Yeah, but also people lingering, which is weird.
So first of all, we're really happy to be here and to be part of.
They want to give it like this rocket ship launch type vibes, right?
Really proud to have joined forces with Nothing to develop this product.
They joined forces with Nothing. Yeah, sure.
Look forward to see this device in the hands of consumers, and can't wait to work with Nothing on the future project.
Guys,
Every time he says nothing is funny.
Didn't get much anyway. One last question, and then I promise I'm going to let you go. When was the last time you stepped out to a partner event without a tie?
Actually, that's a good question. But
What is this? More startup vibes?
Yeah, I think that's the thing. They're just trying to keep giving the startup
Thanks
vibes.
for matching the vibe. I'm going to leave you to this and
Yep.
enjoy the show. Thanks, Emiliano. All right, guys. Now, if you're wondering where we are, this is the Design Hub. If you remember at the beginning of the year, we told you that we would be building a Design Hub right here in London, and we will be investing in that. Well, that blueprint has come to life. And speaking of design, Tom, can I get you for one quick second? We have Tom with us, who's the head of design.
totally
And if you were
intentional.
here, we
Yes.
decided
Oh, I was just having a random
You
conversation
people
like seconds
very
before I'm
making
going to be in front of
one.
60,000
It's a
people.
complicated process, but if I were to ask you, what has been the hardest component for you to work on? What would you say that is?
I mean, actually, I think I would say it's probably the industry, everywhere you look, you're sort of being piped in one direction. But for some reason, we were crazy enough to wake up one day and sort of think that we wanted to do something very differently. And you know, it turns out it's not that easy. But I'm really, really proud of the team that we have assembled, what we've been able to achieve in the last year. You know, I think we have something really, really fun with the Glyph interface, and I think that's only
Is this guy wearing an Apple Watch?
It's sort of like a platform that we can build on
Yeah.
for a lot of years. So I'm super excited.
That's fine. They don't seem to have a problem with
Thanks, Tom, for
cross-talking
sharing
about
that.
other brands.
And
No, that's...
iPhone was
design,
mentioned.
I mentioned
Yeah.
to you
That's
that
fine.
we have some friends
I actually
from
respect
India.
that. Some companies go out their way.
Yeah,
to
yeah,
not
that's true.
mention other
Actual
brands.
job is to critique us, and I have with me Jonathan from Wallpaper. Thanks for being here, Jonathan. I just spoke to Tom, and he spoke about the Glyph interface.
Oh, the Wallpaper is
I
a
also
design
believe
magazine,
that,
right?
We told you during an interview exclusively that Phone One's design was inspired by the New York subway maps. I'm so curious to know that what that entire incident was, and how did you react when you hear that for the first time?
Well, the New York subway map by Milton Friedman's a classic, design classic, very geometric shape, reducing a very complex system down to a very simple system. And I guess that sort of comes across in the design of the Glyph at the back here, which I think looks fantastic.
Oh, he is holding one of those phones. I couldn't... So this is the black version of... Okay, so the black version of the phone, the glyphs are not that visible. Okay.
I think it will be because, but it's just not on camera.
Oh, yeah.
I just spotted someone I didn't.
That may be studio lighting.
Manuel, thank you so much for being with us. For those of you who don't know you, why don't you
Another
quickly
random
introduce yourself?
conversation.
Hey, it's Emmanuel here, huge fan of the brand and an all-round supporter in general.
Well, thanks for saying that. And, we were, of course, expecting the tech lovers and the tech enthusiasts. But
So Carl's taking some selfies back there. I guess they'll go to him next.
What was your reaction when you saw
Person
Phone One
famous?
for the first time?
I mean, I was amazed, you know. Firstly,
I don't know who's standing with though.
and secondly, the fact that the design is a little bit more tailored to tech as opposed to just a design made me feel even more excited.
Thanks for joining us, and enjoy the rest of the show. Behind me, I do see Gareth. I'm going to talk to you for one quick second. Gareth is the CEO of O2. Gareth, we've of course joined forces in building this product together, and you're someone who knows a lot of our competitors as well, and you know the industry inside out. So let me ask you, when was the last time you saw this level of intrigue for a young brand that's just launching, the second product in the ecosystem and the first smartphone?
I think we're hugely excited.
Yeah, I mean, hats off to OnePlus. I mean, they've been able to keep this buzz. They reached out to the right people. They got global. Yeah. Yeah, to nothing. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Old habits die hard.
Yep.
Carl said the smartphone revolution has ended. Well, actually, it hasn't. And this is what we're really excited about with Nokia.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the pre-orders sell out on Flipkart, given if they can match that price in India.
This is just the start of our journey. And speaking of the start of our journey, a partner all the way from India who's joined us.
Oh, there you go.
Thanks for being here with us.
Flipkart.
You partnered with us at a very early and a pivotal stage for our company. I was, of course, super curious.
She didn't mention where he's from. She just said Ajay from India. Oh, Flipkart. There you go. Okay.
Company that I want to back and I partner with and join forces with.
First of all, congratulations to the Nothing team.
He's like, give me the mic. I'm not going to vote up.
The technology products from today onwards will be very, very different.
So it's very clear delineation, right? OnePlus is on Amazon and nothing's on Flipkart.
Got Flipkart to where it is today. India is the largest consumer market in the world in terms of second largest for mobile phones. We listen to our customers and we listen to them hard. We go to them again and again. Over the last 3-4 years, there were 3 trends that we picked up.
What were the other exclusive Flipkart releases that have happened in recent memory
There's a
for phones?
bunch.
Okay.
There's a bunch, but I can't remember.
The second one was, as the price of products was going up, customers were saying, can you democratize premium experiences? The third one was, there's a term technology and then there's lifestyle technology. Consumers are using more and more technology products, and they were literally asking and saying, can your products look beautiful? Can this be a beautiful...
Why would they be asking that to Flipkart?
Device to communicate, talk, hear.
Yeah.
And when we met
They would communicate that
Beautiful
through
phones, Flipkart.
Yeah, through sales. That's what they were communicating, right? Like Flipkart is like
and we knew Carl and team were onto something.
trying to understand what the consumers are up to.
Nothing Year One further reinforced our belief.
Oh yeah, Nothing Year One was on Flipkart in India. I see. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm very sure this product will change the way technology products are created from here on. Excited to be part of this journey.
Well, that makes the two of us. I think the same. And, we just spoke about the form factor. We've been talking about the design, and I have to bring Angelisa in because she and her team have been working on the Nothing OS. And we've been saying from the very beginning that we want the hardware and the software to speak the same language. Talk to us about the journey, what the past couple of months looked like for you. I know it's been a long, long road, but we're finally here. The products are out with everyone to check them out. And the OS is something that people have been talking about a lot as to how it's...
I still think they should have coordinated with Flipkart to get the store page open right now, right? Like.
Yeah, I mean, you have tech issues, right?
Yeah.
Let me try again.
Because that's something that Apple does so well, right?
Design iteration after iteration.
Yeah, exactly. But then again, they do it only on their website.
Yeah, that's true.
Actually, this is the beginning because now through the mass usage of the phone, we can analyze the user feedback, we can do observation, and this can help us to improve the current experience and also can be the fertile base to shape the next Nothing OS.
While she's talking,
also, I want to take this opportunity to thank the community. Because we engage a lot with
who are the primary who are the primary
them.
competitors right now, especially in the Indian space? The 10R, right?
Yeah, no, not the 10R, the Nord 2.
Okay.
Like the best, and in our mission to deliver something different and fresh air
So,
in the tech
OnePlus.
landscape.
Well, Angelisa, this is your moment.
So this would be a big upgrade over phones like that, right? Like wireless charging.
Nord 2T is what I'm talking about.
Nord 2T. And that's a Amazon release, right? In
That's
India?
an Amazon exclusive.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
all OnePlus.
All OnePlus.
Yeah, so it has very similar specs. Same primary camera. 8 megapixel, ultra wide.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So really happy to be here. I feel like
But it's also got a
nothing, and the fact that we can be part of like
2 megapixel monochromatic lens, which OnePlus has been doing for some time now. I don't know why. Like, it makes no sense. Like, even the OnePlus 9 that I have has a mono lens. There's like one mode on the entire camera system that uses it. It's apparently better for depth differentiation of something in black and white.
There's so much going on that I personally don't want to miss out on this action as well.
Oh, so it's going to leave 60,000 people hanging. All right.
This is the real start of our journey, and I know I speak on behalf of the entire team.
So when this live stream ends, I'm just going to pull up the Nothing website and we'll have a couple of thoughts that we can talk about before we end our own live stream. Yeah.
Let's do that. Yeah.
What an amazing day this has been. Thanks for making this happen.
There's a guy collecting garbage right at the back. Live on stream, nice.
Well, all that recycled material is going in the phone.
I just want to make sure that everybody knows they're serious about it.
Awesome. I think
I'm assuming that's the end of the stream.
Yeah, that seems like the end of the stream.
Oh.
Well,
so
mixed opinions in the chat, in the live chat.
On the live chat, okay. I mean, like, for them to hit that price was pretty cool, I think. And then
I think, I mean, all things aside, I think their show pony is just literally the body. There's nothing else going on really.
Okay, they officially ended the live stream. So it was a 36-minute live stream that they had. It was actually, I mean, first thoughts was it was kind of cool that they decided to do this whole upstart thing, right? Like the idea that everybody else has sort of this flashy presentations with amazing. They wanted to be they tried to make their presentation the anti-Apple, right?
Exactly what I was thinking. The anti-Apple
presentation, like that.
It was really casual. It almost had like race finish vibes of the people gathered around in the kind of backstage area. It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
what they've done. I mean, the walk around was in itself a little cheesy.
But it was interesting. It still gave those same
startup.
It gave the same startup type of vibes, which is also interesting.
Yeah.
Main features that we wanted to talk about. So the big announcement was again the pricing, right? They announced this in British pounds, and it was $399, as far as I understand it, to start.
Yes.
And what are the start specs for $399?
I think it's 8 GB RAM, 128 GB storage.
Yes, correct. Right? So 8 GB RAM, 128 GB storage. This is reported by The Verge. Their article just went up. And around 475 USD and approximately 37,000-ish in India. So that's also pretty cool. So here's the main thing, right? Like, it's very expensive for phones to enter the US market. So, and also just because the differences in like sort of the 5G deployments here, it's kind of difficult to get a phone out in the US. So they're not being a full official release in the US, and it's not clear about what the band support will be in the US. So for now, US is kind of like an ignored market.
Right.
But
I think it's mostly because of the telcos, right?
Yeah, telcos as well, because they have to partner with because phones sell in the US only if they are in stores. Yeah. Whereas in India, at least in this price range, people are more than willing to go online and pick up their phones these days. So, and that's categorically been OnePlus's main strength as well, right? They didn't have to have point of presence, and people would buy their phones through word of mouth. And yeah,
so on OnePlus, right? Yeah. So I was just trying to compare the pricing, and look how far we've come, right?
Yeah.
$299 was the OnePlus One pricing.
Yep.
And that's a big leap. But again, that was you got to put it in perspective. $299 for flagship.
Back then.
Back then. Granted, they didn't focus too much on the camera, but the processor and everything else around it was like the cream of the crop. That was the top tier processor for that year at least. In India, it was 20,000 rupees.
Yep.
I read somewhere that it was 9,999. So 10,000.
I mean, those are obviously
it couldn't have been that cheap.
Yeah, it couldn't have. The other main thing, obviously, the thing that they were kind of showing off and getting people sort of interested in the phone was the Glyph interface. That was really weird that he was showing it off inside a quiet theater. This would be one of the worst phones to have if you went to a movie theater and kept it in silent.
I know, right?
1080p OLED display with a peak brightness of 1200 nits. But what was really cool is at this price point to have a 120 hertz display with LTPO. But not all the way down to like 10 hertz like the flagships. It says that it can go down to 60.
Does it say it has LTPO though? It's an OLED
I don't think so. It is variable, but it can't go all the way down to say 10 hertz like other flagships. It can drop down to 60, but it does that dynamically. You don't have to hit that on the phone itself. So that's kind of cool.
That's fair. That's better than not having it.
Yeah. Thoughts on the fact that they went with the 778G? They tried to pivot and say that
it's a price move.
Yeah, it is a price move. And then they said that they got a custom chip so that they could support wireless and reverse charging. I
don't know if that's accurate, right? So on our, we have that talking points document.
Yeah.
I have the fact sheet from Qualcomm. Let's have a look if it actually states that it can do wireless charging.
Okay. So Qualcomm's own fact sheet of 778 PDF pulled up from Qualcomm. Yeah.
Charging. It's charging.
Convenient fast charging, but it doesn't say anything about wireless. So,
so
RF security, visual charging. Yeah, just quick charge 4. So yes, they did modify it. Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah.
So that's something unique for them.
So this is the 778G. What's the current Qualcomm flagship? 870.
The Gen 1 8, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1.
Okay.
Yeah, they moved away from the 888,
Okay.
865, all of those different numbering nomenclature
I'm just
to
seeing if there's
the
like
8 Gen 1. Or is there a Gen 2 already? The S22 had a Gen 1
okay.
Snapdragon 8. Yeah, here's a benchmark, right? So
Yeah.
actually, I had thrown in a benchmark sheet as well for
Oh, I see. Oh, yeah. That's
against the MediaTek 1300, which is the
okay.
OnePlus
I see.
Nord 2T processor.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
So I mean that's what you should be comparing it against. The benefits of the Snapdragon, as far as I can tell from based on my little research, is that it's got better battery usage optimization.
Nice.
So you tend to get better battery out of the 7 series compared to the 8.
Okay.
And for most use cases, the 7 series processors will do a decent enough job that if you're not trying to export any videos or render things, it should be fair enough.
Yep.
But again, you can see some specs on. If you scroll down further, you go to the gaming performance.
Oh yeah.
FPS ratings, right? So you can see that it's nowhere going to be using that 120 hertz display capability in gaming.
I mean, so to be honest, for phones, that was more about scroll performance, right? Like the fluidity of the phone. Yeah.
It is. You're not gaming all the time.
Yeah.
It is. I was just making a point.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Yeah.
Cool. What else we got? So we got the IMX 766 sensor with a 50 megapixel count.
Okay.
I've got an article in there where
from DxO Mark. Yep.
Yeah, generally the body that does camera, reviews for. This is obviously not the Nothing phone that has been reviewed.
Yeah. It's another phone with a similar sensor. Yeah.
Yeah. So if it's the same sensor, I figured, it's probably going to be similar along the same lines as what the Nothing phone is going to get as well.
Not bad. I mean, I think a lot of how this phone will be perceived. So definitely Calpe fanatics, OnePlus fanatics now have a phone to look forward to if they were looking to upgrade and not spend a lot of money. So they'll probably, irrespective, jump on this phone. But for the mass market, the rest of the sales will come through mostly word of mouth, especially in markets like India. For other markets, they're going to definitely rely a lot on sort of these YouTuber reviews. So I'm thinking that it's possible that there'll be at some point like camera reviews is going to, be a big factor in whether people will be interested in this phone.
Yeah, for sure. I think
the later point.
For this price point. For this price point especially, people are into that camera thing, right? And people aren't informed enough about megapixels don't matter. The lens is what matters, or you need good lighting, or 400 different lenses on the back of your phone doesn't mean you're going to have better experience. They're not informed and educated about it, at least in this kind of market. Where they're going to make a decision just purely based on okay, cool. They say it's good, so it's going to be good. So reviews is definitely going to be playing a big role there. Also, I've got another link in there right now for some sample images that has been published by Nothing. To be fair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they've got sample images. Scroll down further.
I remember. Yeah.
So these are some sample images, right? It's a little muddy, but I mean, they're decent enough for that price point.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, it'll depend, and I wonder if Nothing had a review embargo that's timed to this announcement, so maybe we might be able to see some videos come out today.
First impressions.
Yeah, first impression videos, especially because the units were in reviewers' hands about a month ago, right?
Exactly.
So we can expect to see maybe a Marquez video.
There is already
an
unbox therapy videos going on right now.
Oh, interesting. Okay, all right. And I think with that, I think we can end our live coverage of the Nothing release. Thanks, everyone, for showing up.
Thanks for who joined in.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun.
Banter.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun. Yeah. And hopefully we'll do this again with other major live events. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
See ya.